Well, this is the first Labour wrap for what promises to be a rather tumultuous 2018. I mean, let's face it, we've got the ongoing economic crisis. It's not declining in any way that I can see. The fourth industrial revolution continues apace, and that means more and more job losses. But what is concerning me as this year gets underway is a political threat to parliamentary democracy. There's an American academic, Larry Diamond. He has shown that in recent years, 25 countries that used to be regarded as democratic, in a broad sense, can no longer be seen as such. They become authoritarian. And Turkey, I think, is a classic example here. And we should all be concerned, because this can happen not under the barrel of a gun or coup d'etat, that sort of thing. It doesn't happen that way anymore. What happens is it's much more subtle, and even legal means are used to camouflage behind usually a barrage of rhetoric which disguises the reality. Well, we've seen that happen very recently with the annual matric results, these massage figures and the barrage of positive rhetoric which is supposed to hide the awful, dismal reality of our educational system. And I fear that we're going to see, as this year gets underway, yet another example of this, and it's going to come through the amendments to the Schools Act, in particular an amendment that wishes to curtail the powers, the democratic powers of school governing bodies. Now, the government says this is necessary because school governing bodies simply do not function. They've failed. And this is true, completely true, but who is responsible? The responsibility rests, I think, entirely with the government. There was no proper training of governors, and aspects of the apartheid past that we've inherited and should have dealt with, language policies, admission policies, etc., have not been adequately dealt with, if they've been dealt with at all. And it's a problem. I admit there are corruptions at various levels. There's corruption at various levels in many schools. There are all sorts of administrative problems. And only a tiny minority of 24,000 plus schools in the country have actual governing bodies that are functioning in any sense. And only a tiny minority function at all. And that is the truth. But the answer is not to go back, I think, to state control. That is a step away from democracy, from parliamentary democracy. And I think we should all be involved throughout the community. Every community and every school, around every school, should be involved in this. And that includes trade unions, not only those that organize teachers. Anyway, I think the responsibility is to nurture and to expand what democratic facility we have. And that, I think, is going to be the focus of my Inside Labour column, which you can access on this platform, Fin24, tomorrow, and a version of which will appear in the City Press business section on Sunday. Until then, as always, over to you, criticism, comments, etc., to editor@fin24.com. And for this week, that's all from me. Cheers.